That's a Tokai 1979 or something like that. Tokai Strat. And so this is some kind of factory clean sound on this MK-300, and I just love it. We have another thing here, like that's with that distortion, this with distortion. So what is great in this pedal? That pedal is the fragment of the price of an Ampero Stage 2 or a Headrush MX-5 or a Stomp Helix, or even even the half of a Flamma F200 or whatever, and also the half of the price or less than the half of the price of a Valeton 200 GP. And it is just ridiculous how much it is better for a giggy musician, because of the sounds are great. It has another method to simulate amps and cabinets or whatever. I'm not really on this side. But the thing is, which is great, is the looper here, because if I go to looper mode, so I can customize the 4 stomps here, and of course this pedal, what is that, expression pedal. But no, so if I go to the stomp, what is that, the looper mode, I still can use 2 effects here that I can set up anything. If I go to the looper mode, I can do my loops with these 2 buttons here. These are factory defaults, but I can set up any other effects on these 2 buttons that I can turn on and off meanwhile I'm in the looper. So it's not like on other effects that if you want to loop something, you have to go to the looper mode, then go record, then go out of the looper mode with pressing some buttons, then turn on your distortion, for example. When you finish your loop, you have to turn off the distortion here and go back to the looping mode. It's terrible. It's just not good for stage. But this pedal, this effect can do that one. So for example, I start a loop, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so I have a loop now. The loop is on, and now I dedicated this button for a distortion, and you can see that it's gonna turn on. Can you see the distortion is on? And I'm in looping mode. Turn on and off. And I also could add something. For example, I added a delay for this button, so that that is great, and that's the thing that other pedals cannot do. Yeah, and I just this one, and I long stomp, and you can remove your loop. What is really great, that one button can turn on or off two different effects, with a short click or with a long click, I mean stomp on that. For example, this button here, if I do a short stomp on that, it turns on and off the delay, and if I hold it down, it turns off or on the reverb, and you can do it with 4 buttons. So that's amazing. One thing that this M-Vave MK-300 must solve in another firmware update, that I don't have to go to the looper mode, but I still can dedicate any of the buttons to use the loop. So I can stay outside in stomp mode or whatever mode, and I can dedicate one of the buttons as a looper. 2, 3, 4. Sorry, that was okay. So anyway, I have the loop here and it's on, and I'm able to turn it off, but I cannot remove the loop. So it means that when I finished my song, I have to go to the looper mode and I have to clean here the loop, because I have no button dedicated here, you can see. So when I, for example, I go down and I dedicated, you can see that this button here, this is this one, Control A, this button is dedicated to loop, and I have here loop stop options, looper and loop stop options. The looper would start the looper and do the overdub, but I cannot dedicate any button to delete the loop. So if I fuck up my loop in the song, I cannot do anything. I have to enter the loop mode and I have to remove it inside. Oops, sorry, that's okay. So that's but I think that can be solved by a new firmware update. So I would like to ask this M-Vave company to add an option here that you can choose. Yeah, this area is to dedicate these buttons anywhere you want. Yeah, it means that FS1, this is FS1, FS2, and this is Control A, and this is Control B. These are the names of these buttons here, these stomps, and you can dedicate lots of things to these buttons, but unfortunately there's no delete or remove the loop among them, and I think with the firmware update it's possible to make. But all in all, this pedal is great. It just beats everything. So this pedal is newer than this Ampero Stage 2, the Flamma, the Mooer, the Valeton, blah blah blah, or anything that came out nowadays. Of course, much newer than a Headrush MX3, MX5, or a Stomp Helix XXL, but it just questions all of them, because I have everything here for less of the half of a Valeton's GP200, not talking about the more expensive pedals. So finally I have something here, and it's totally useless to buy more expensive pedals, because they just don't do the job that I need. Being fair, mention that this pedal doesn't have an effect loop. You can do effect loop through the MIDI, because of course it has a good MIDI connection, but itself the pedal doesn't have a loop out, and of course the stage Ampero stage 2 has a microphone, a dedicated microphone input as well, so you can do that one, and also you can change the order of the effects. I don't know, I'm not sure, you may be able to change here, I haven't checked it, but I just don't care. So it just does the job for an everyday giggy musician, while the more expensive pedals just can't do that. So I'm very happy with this M-Vave company.